All right, what's going on, guys? It's Luke here. We had two trades today. We had one loss and then one win. Executions are all in the Discord. Um, I could have definitely avoided this loss. I'm gonna go through it really quick. I'm pretty happy with this win. It actually played out like pretty much perfectly. But yeah, I'm gonna just pause the video really quick and then we're gonna get right into this. All right, so coming into the day, I had a bearish bias, but I was seeing what was going to happen at these lows right here. We did have a bullish S&T because ES had came down, swept out some daily lows, and NQ hadn't. So I was like, okay, maybe we will see a reversal. But market opens up, and we just kind of start to chop. We end up moving up, and then we end up actually forming a small SMT. We start rejecting off this 15-minute gap, and we actually get this SMT right here. I wanted to short this candle right here. It was the 935 candle. The only problem was my draw was right here, and then to have a good stop loss, like I'm not gonna even get a 1-to-1, and then it's like, why do I want my stop just in like a random like part of the candle? Like it just didn't make sense to me. So this obviously would have played out. We had displacement, we had an SMT off of those highs, but yeah, I faded that. From there, we end up kind of just chopping around, and we keep respecting this like 2 minute. I think it was the 2 minute. Just yeah, this 2 minute gap, and then there was like a small opportunity to long, but I didn't really take this as well. We had this 1 minute push right here. I was considering longing because we kind of got this CASD. We got this 1 minute continuation, then we had relative equal highs right here, which you could have got a 1-to-1. But again, I didn't want to trade in this chop. I was like, this looks terrible. So from there, we end up manipulating up. The 10 a.m. candle ends up putting in a high. And at this point, I'm even though I did have kind of, I was leaning a little bit more like bullish at this point because we started to trade up. We did get, the 10 a.m. candle put in this wick right here. And we did end up tapping into, did we tap into the, I think we were tapping into this hourly bearish for value gap right here. We're also tapping into this 15. The only problem was we did have this SMT at the lows. So we had this S&T at the lows, price pushed up, and then we got this immediate displacement back to the downside. We ended up actually inversing these like 2 minute gaps, both of them perfectly to the downside, but it really wasn't the inversion. I just saw a nice 2 minute displacement. We're delivering out of a higher time frame gap, and we had a bearish SMT at the highs. The only reason I didn't like this was because, again, ES had already pretty much swept out its objective, and NQ did have, I figured maybe it could have one more flush to the downside, sweep the lows before he wanted to move up. So I went in this pretty light, and I was just like, whatever, I'm going to just go for quick 1-to-1 or something. I think we can get a flush lower. I think maybe we get one more push lower, and then we get that rotation back up. We're delivering off a higher time frame gap. We have that bearish SMT because you guys see NQ came up, took out those highs. ES didn't. ES also inversed the 2 minute. The only thing I didn't like was that, again, ES had pretty much swept out its daily objectives, but I was willing to take this. And obviously, I got like a handful of points in profit, and then price just ends up ripping to the upside. And what I kind of failed to realize was that we were still respecting a very small 3 minute gap. Now, I mean, it's really not that big of a deal, this 3 minute gap. But when you start to realize that we are kind of shifting structure, we did have that SMT and ES. We did have that higher time frame bullish SMT because ES swept those daily lows, and obviously NQ never swept out those lows. I was like, okay, maybe we actually do get the move to the upside. So I pretty much immediately hopped back in this trade, and what I seen and the reason why I entered, we get this strong 2 minute close right here after, again, respecting this small 3 minute gap. And I took the entry after we inversed both of these stacked up 1 minute gaps. So if you guys see here, let me just hide this really quick. We inverse this 1 minute gap and this 1 minute gap. We get this close right here. And at this point, I'm like, okay, we're clearly respecting bullish. We had that higher time frame bullish SMT off those daily lows. We have an SMT here that pushed price up. We had a break, a pullback, displacement to the upside, inversion. So I'm like, okay, we're probably going to want to run up towards data highs at this point. So I enter here, and I don't go break even until we cross up here, just because this is too close. I mean, I could have obviously gone break even here, and I still would have been fine. But again, I wait till here, I go break even, and then I take profit after we kind of tap into this rejection block, 5 minute rejection block. As you can see, we literally tap CE of that and then come right back down. So luckily I got out when I did. I exited at 873 or 874. So total trade on this was about 1.9 R. Again, I probably could have just targeted a few extra points into that CE, that rejection block. But yeah, those are my two trades, guys. Really nothing special. This one could have been avoided. Again, we had a higher time frame bullish S&T off those daily lows, but it just looked bearish on the lower time frame. We were delivering off a bearish gap, and I did have a bearish bias. We had liquidity that we could easily take out right here. But again, I kind of neglected that we had this 3 minute, and I just kind of wasn't really paying attention to that higher time frame gap or the higher time frame SMT at the time. But it is what it is. We take a loss there. Again, I've been de-risking on Friday, so I think I lost 370 or 350 on that trade, and then the winning trade ended up netting me 700 and something. The total profit was 345 per account, so I didn't go crazy today. Obviously, usually I'm ripping like 10 micros to minis, whatever. But anyway, from there, again, we tap the 3 minute gap. We get nice displacement to the upside. We inverse these two 1 minute gaps. So I just take the entry there, run my stop kind of below this inversion, break even here, and then TP at that kind of rejection block. I did want to target data highs, but we know how data highs are. So anyway, I just take that. Great trade. And we double. The win was literally like double the loss. So there you go. We make it all back plus some profits, and we end the week off green, secure a nice winning day. And yeah, so that's it from me, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. I'm going to break the market down tonight in the Discord. So if you guys want to join, links in the pinned comment. I'm going to go over the other setups more in depth. But anyway, that's it for me, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.